Okay, we're back. So we're going to solve this equation and we're going to put it in terms of y equals, okay? So we start with our equation in standard form. We want y to be all by itself. So first, let's get rid of this 4x. It's positive, so we can use subtraction to move it to the other side. 4x minus 4x is 0, and then we just have 2y equals 28 minus 4x. We're still trying to get y alone, so we're going to get rid of that 2. It is being multiplied, so we're going to divide by 2. And we get y equals 2 divided by 2 cancel. 28 divided by 2 is 14, minus 4 divided by 2 is 2x. And there we go. So feel free here to show the steps, explain your thinking, or you can put, work on whiteboard if you did your work on the whiteboard. When you're all set, push ahead to slide 8. And remember, you can always pause the video whenever you need to if you are finishing up a problem and you're not ready yet. Okay, match each graph with two equations. 2 of the equations will have no match. Okay. So, let's look at this graph first. What I notice about this graph is we have our y-intercept of 8 and our x-intercept of 2. So our slope is, from this point to this point, we're going down 8 and over 2. So that's down 8 over 2. So our slope is going to be -4. Just to show you how I got that, -8 is the change in y, divided by 2, which is our change in x, gets us -4. And our y-intercept is 8. So our first equation is going to be y-intercept of 8 and slope of -4. We have it right there. Beautiful. Okay, let's do the second equation's graph first. So looking at this one, our y-intercept is 4, and our slope is going down 4 over to 8. So our slope is -4 over 8, which we can reduce to -1/2. So our equation is going to be y equals 4 minus 1/2 x. So that has our y-intercept of 4 and the slope of -1/2. Beautiful. So looking at these 3 equations in standard form, we're going to want to rearrange this so that it is in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to clear my board and we'll look at this first equation here. If we were to solve for y, we'll subtract 8x on both sides first, and then we get 2y equals 16 minus 8x. Divide everything by 2, and we get y equals 8. 16 divided by 2 is 8, minus 8 divided by 2 is 4x. And that is the equation we had over here. So we can grab this equation and click it in. Let's look at this equation next, see what we get here. To solve this for y, again, we're going to subtract 2x on both sides, and then we get 4y equals 16 minus 2x. Divide everything by 4, and we get y equals 16 divided by 4 is 4. -2/4 x is the same as -1/2 x. So I got lucky. And there's our second one. So these must be the 2 that do not match. Beautiful. Clear the board. On slide 9, we have a bunch of repeated practice. So this particular situation is 6x plus 2y equals 34. So if we have two 6mm blocks, how many 2mm blocks can fit? So we want 34, and we have two of these, so 6 times 2. 34 minus 12 is 22, divided by 2 is 11. Sorry, I thought it wanted us to fill out the table. That's not what it wants. It wants us to write an equation. So we're taking this and rearranging the equation. My bad. So we have 6x plus 2y equals 34, right? 6mm blocks, however many of those, plus however many 2mm blocks has to equal 34. If we were to solve this for y, we'll subtract our 6. Oops, did not mean to hit that. We'll subtract our 6x term first, and then we get 2y equals 34 minus 6x, and then divide everything by 2. So we get y equals 34 divided by 2 is 17. 6 divided by 2 is a minus 3x. So let's try it out. Yay! That worked. So this is a repeated practice, so you can hit try another and do another one. I would love for you to at least try like 3, 5, as many as it feels good to you. This is really important practice of rearranging this equation, so I want you to feel nice and strong in this, so try multiple of these equations out. On slide 10, it says, how would you convince a classmate that these 3 cards represent the same situation? So I want you to think about what we talked about with standard form, slope-intercept form, and our graph. How do these things, how would we know that these are all the same? What similarities do we see between this graph, this equation, and this equation? Try your best working through this. Slide 11 says which equation is equivalent to 6x plus 2y equals 12. So I want you to solve this equation for y, and which of these do you get? Try that problem on your own. And then finally, slide 12 is how well did you understand the lesson? And here's the topics that we focused on in this lesson. If you have any questions, if you need any help from me, reach out to me. We can find a time to meet. I know this math is going to start increasing and we're building. We're a month into the school year. So please reach out to me if there's anything I can do to support you, okay? Take care, my friends. See you in the next video. Bye.